guys, welcome back to my channel. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today with me I have
Leah. Hey guys.
so today we are going to be talking about how law school has changed us. And I know it has changed Leah in a different way or in a similar way to how I have been changed as well. One of the things that I do know I have changed, law school has changed me, is that I'm able to think more critically. I'm able to analyze things differently than how I used to before. I know, like, when sometimes, like in the situation that's going on now with the DACA, that situation, I would just think like, I see like both sides and what's going on, and so that's one thing I would say.
Okay. One thing that has changed me that I've noticed is confidence with speaking, just within myself. That's one thing I struggled going into law school with, but that's one thing that professors really wanted to pull out of us, was speaking with your chest. Like, just because you might not be sure of something you're saying, don't let that come out. Like, don't be timid when you're speaking, because your clients are not going to, that's going to come off to your clients, and so you don't want to be a unsure lawyer, because then your clients are not going to feel good about their choice. So confidence for sure. Just in my everyday, just speaking, like, I've noticed that I definitely speak more confidently. So that's one.
And another one for me is that I am more prepared now than I usually am or was. Like, since I've been in law school, I make sure to like have all my readings done before, like 2 days before classes. I also like try to do practice exams and all those things, so that way that when I do go into classes and they're asking questions, I understand what's going on more. Because really, if I'm not prepared for class, I would probably be confused the whole entire class. Classes are confusing, so you have to be really prepared beforehand.
Yeah, see, I'm not. Like, no matter how much you prepare for class, it's just like they're gonna hit you with something that you were not prepared for. So I stopped being prepared, like mentally prepared. I don't know. I felt like, hey, look, this is as good as it's gonna get. So yeah, but anyways, another one for me is I'm more vocal on liability. Like, just in your everyday, if you're hanging out with me and I see something that could potentially be like a lawsuit, I'm gonna just like vocally say like, oh, that's premise liability, oh, that's negligence, or blah blah blah. So just ignore that if you're ever like hanging out with me. But that's something I've noticed, just more vocal on stuff like that. So that's the second one for me.
I do something similar to like when I watch TV shows, and it's like, oh, you should be doing that. That's
Yeah.
a little with that. Like, and so another one for me is that I try to, I guess like I said before, I try to, when I say think quickly, another way to say like be more understanding the black and white side, but also like try to be neutral in things. Like, it could be an he say, she say, but at the same time, like, it's a middle ground. You have to be someone who's neutral and understands what's going on with each side, and not be very judgmental against one person or the other one.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I'm definitely open to hearing the second side of the story. So definitely agree with that one. Another one for me is I'm more inquisitive. That's kind of piggybacking off of what yours is, because I'm more inquisitive. Like, I'm constantly asking questions, probably to get the other side of the story, like to get a full picture. So I've noticed I ask a little bit more questions. Like, not vocally, I might just be thinking the questions in my head, like, oh, what made them do this, or why did they do this, and blah 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 blah, like little stuff like that. So yeah, that's mine.
Oh yeah. And another one for me would be that I think more so like I am able to adapt to like a stressful environment better now because like we've gone from a lot to now, and we had at one time we went from 6 classes to 7 courses, and then to online classes in that same semester, and taking finals online. And that's something that as a first year student, like taking class in person is already stressful enough, and then having to go online and having your finals online, that was like the world is ended in a way. But I was able to adapt to it because, like, just try to maintain a good mindset. Because usually you go to school, you go to the library, you're outside, you come back home to relax. But we were having to stay home all day and everything, so you just had to like learn how to just try to like manage your time also, in terms of like figure out a space that you can designate as your workspace, or a space that can be like a fun space, and just try to like tap into both of them, maintain a mindset that's good.
Yeah, I think that's stress management too. I think your stress management has increased along. I think that's like along the topic of adaptability, and I agree as well. Another one for me would probably be I hold myself at a higher standard professionally, whether it be in my emails, how I dress, even social media posts. I know that's like super personal, but that's one of the first things they told us during orientation was be mindful of what you post, because you're going to be held accountable for these potentially like down the road from employers, you name it. So just being a law student, future lawyer, I definitely just hold myself at a higher standard. I don't really do things that I would if I wasn't in this profession or this field, because what you do, like your personal life, is the lines of personal and professional is like so thin in this career. So it's like you do one little thing that could be revoked, like your card could be revoked because you did something potentially that's fraud, and it could be like an accident, but you have to report it, or else if they find out, then your career could be put on hold because you weren't being ethically honest and transparent. So you just moving different. I just move different, period.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah,
like I know, like definitely a lot of my other friends are also like more cautious of what we're doing now. And I think one thing that me and Leah do that we talked about earlier was having more anxiety. Like if you have anxiety now coming into law school, it's gonna rise up a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't recommend if you already have anxiety issues.
It's gonna rise up a little bit more.
It's gonna take you over the edge. So
it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it really is like it's all gonna come down to you as a person. Really, how you manage things, how you manage your anxiety, stress, everything's all on you to like. And also like you're gonna have to have that support system around you. And it's good to have like law school friends, and friends in real life. Well, say in real life. Outside of law school, so that way you like you have a good balance of things.
Yeah, that mainly does it for me. I mean, I would say time management, because that was a stickler for me, because I was not good. I was like I was fulfilling the stereotype of being a black woman. I was never on time, but us going to HBCU, they're aware of that stereotype, so they were putting a lot of pressure on us to be on time to class. Like if you were a minute late, you could not sign the roster, and if you get 6 absences in the semester, you get an F. So that it wasn't really a challenge for me, so I like quickly adapted to it. But that's something that probably still sticks with me, is just being on time. Don't guarantee that I'm on time, but yeah, I was late coming here today. But you know,
Just
hey,
try.
I think I'm getting better. Like instead of 30 minutes late, I'm probably like 15 minutes late now.
That's fine.
But that's all of the things I can think of.
Half of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's progress, right?
Yeah. In terms of like Leah was saying, time management. One thing that did come to mind to me is like attending class every time. Like I never missed a single day of class in law school.
Yeah.
Like in undergrad, I can miss class and I think like, okay, what grade do I need on this test to like get this? But in law school, I am there every day, no missing. Not that I didn't really get sick, so that's good too. But yeah, be in class every, because I know, like you said, if we miss 6 classes, it's gonna be over.
It's expensive, so.
Right, you're paying that much money, you better be there since the undergrad.
So the first year of law school taught me several things. 1, the value in a support system. I can't tell you how much it meant to me just to have people saying, hey, I see you, I know you're working your hardest, I'm proud of you.
Preparedness. This is like a whole conversation. Being prepared for law school is like a crucial aspect of law school, because you will be in class and they would be like, the professor would be like, Miss Janae Wood, take me through this case. And if you're like, and you don't know yourself, like it literally looks away on you, and it's like people would be like, she don't know the case, she never prepared for the class, and all of those stuff. So you want to be on like the good side of the professors and your other students in the class, that wow, this girl was prepared and all of these stuff. And trust me, everybody has that bad day where they're just, pause, let me rephrase that, talk to the word. Everyone has that bad day where they're really just not prepared for class because you have like so much other assignments and all of those stuff. But it's not an excuse. Like, you have to be prepared for class, and being prepared for class literally helps you in the long run, where it's like time for exams, you know the information because you read so good and all of those stuff for class. So preparation is key, because you don't want to be lost in class. Honestly, when you don't prepare and you go to class, it's like information is just passing through your ears. It never reach and go through your brain. It just passed through your ears. So it's like preparedness, that's like up at the top. You have to be prepared.
Well, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.
Okay, bye.